Hello students, good morning everyone. Yesterday we will discuss about the force. Today we will discuss about the types of force. Okay? Before discussing types of force, our small topic remains, that is resultant force. Yesterday we will discuss about the force and balanced and unbalanced force. After that, a small topic remaining, that is resultant force. How we calculate the resultant force? If the number of forces act on an object are in the same direction, if 2 persons, 3 persons or more persons pull a cart or a book or a table in the same direction, then the resultant force can be calculated by adding these forces. For example, if one person apply 5 Newton, another person 10 Newton, another person applying 8 Newton force, then the resultant force is 10 plus 8 plus 5, that is 23 Newton in same direction. Okay? And if the force applied are not in the same direction, they are in opposite direction. If one apply a force that is 10 Newton in this direction and another person apply a force that is 8 Newton is opposite to that direction, then the resultant is by subtracting these two forces, that is 2 Newton force, and 2 Newton in which direction? The force which is in greater direction, means towards our right hand side. Okay students? This is the resultant force. So we can calculate resultant force easily. After that, now we explain the types of forces. Mainly there are two types of forces, that is contact force and non-contact force. Contact force and non-contact force. Further, in contact force, we will discuss there are three types, that is normal force, frictional force, or third one is muscular force. Normal force, friction force or muscular force. Also non-contact force further into three categories, that is gravitational force, electrostatic force, and third one is magnetic force. Okay students, this is the classification of force. Now we will explain these in one by one in detail. First, what is the contact force? Forces which acts on a body when the body is in contact with the other object. Contact force, with the name suggests, the force that acts when the body is in contact or in touch with each other then the force is the contact force. And non-contact force, there is no contact or they are not touched to each other. Objects in which the force is produced are not in touching to each other. That is gravitational, electrostatic and the magnetic force, and touching normal force, frictional force and the muscular force. Okay? Now first, normal force. What is the normal force? If a force which is applied to the object is perpendicular. For example, a book which is lying on the table, then the force applied by the book is perpendicular to the table, and this force is the normal force. Normal also indicates perpendicular in direction. Okay students, after that friction force. Frictional force is produced when also the two objects are in contact with each other. That is when we walk on the floor, then our feet produce a force towards the earth, and earth also produce a force in opposite direction towards our feet. Here the force is produced is the frictional force. We can write on a paper, write on the chalkboard. We can walk on the floor with the help of the frictional force. If the frictional force is not acted, then many natural phenomena which are take place and many works that we do at our home, in our schools are not possible. With the help of friction, we can easily write on the board. Okay students? So frictional force give us many advantages, but it is also give us a disadvantage. Friction is a beneficial as well as harmful term for us. Okay students? After that, muscular force. Muscular force is that type of force in which our muscles work. That is, when we ride a bicycle, then our muscles work. With the help of our muscles, the force produced in our body is the muscular force, and our body is in contact with the bicycle. Okay students? After that, such as we push any object, we pull any object, then our muscles also work. After that, non-contact forces. Non-contact forces, first one is the gravitational force. Here the objects are not in contact to each other. That is, our earth attracts every object towards its center. When we throw any object in our atmosphere in upward direction, then it will come back to our earth due to the earth's gravitational force. G, small g is the acceleration due to gravity, which is acted by our earth. Due to this gravitational force, our earth attracts every object towards it. This value of this g is equals to 0 at its center. Means at earth's center, the gravitational force is 0. And the object when comes back to the earth, then it will come at a rest. Because here value of g is equals to 0. And this value of g in our atmosphere has different values. Okay? So, the force produced by any object in our atmosphere, when we throw any object, then it is the gravitational force. Okay? This will explain about the Newton. The scientist Newton says that in universe everything attracts towards the center of the earth. So on the basis of this scientist's name, we say the SI unit of our force is the Newton. After that, next is the electrostatic force. Electrostatic force is that force in which there is a charge produced on an object. For example, when we rub a plastic scale on silk cloth or in our dry hair, then it attracts small teeny pieces of paper. You will do this activity at your home. This process will take place. What will you do? You will take a plastic paper, you will take a plastic scale, either you rub this scale with silk cloth or your dry hair, and after that small teeny pieces of paper when come in contact with this scale, then this scale attract these teeny pieces of paper. Here what will we observe? There is a charge produced on the scale, and the charge is produced due to the loss of the electrons. By rubbing, there is a loss of electron take place, and after losing of electrons, the plastic scales acquires a positive charge, or in some case when we rub the object, either it gain electrons. When gain of electron take place, then the object will acquire negative charge, and we had already discussed this charge in metal non-metal chapter. So here the force due to which it attracts the other particles is called the electrostatic force. Electro means due to the motion of electrons, static means rest. First the electrons are at rest, but when we rub then the electrons come in the motion, and transfer of electrons take place, either loss of electron or gain of electron, and the force produced is the electrostatic force. Okay students, understand? After that, third one is the magnetic force. You will also see many magnets, such as in our refrigerator door, there is a magnet take place which attract the door towards itself. Similarly, many other type of magnets are used in our household objects, and these magnets produce a force, that is the magnetic force. Actually, these type of forces are take place when the objects are not in contact to each other, but here the objects are in contact with each other. Okay students, after that acceleration. But in case of gravitational force, we have A is the acceleration due to gravity, which is replaced by a term G. G is also acceleration due to gravity in case of Earth. So F is equals to m into G. Okay. After that, one kg force is equals to 9.8 Newton. This is the relation between the Newton and the kgf. And 1 gram force is equals to 980 Dalton. Okay? Kg is replaced in gram. Means 1000 gram force is equals to 9.8 Newton. Here 1 gram force, this decimal replaced by 10. Here 1000 is multiplied and it is also divided. In this, sorry students, in this case, this is the SI system. 1 kgf is equals to 9.8 Newton and 1 gram force is equals to 980 Dalton, because 1 Newton is equals to 10 raised to power 5 Dalton. Here, after that, now 980 divided by 10 divided by 1000, and 1 Newton is equals to 10 raised to power 5. 5 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and Dalton. So here these 4 zeros are cancelled out. And what is the remaining? 980 Dalton. 1 gram force is equals to 980 Dalton. Understand? After that, next is spring balance. Spring balance is a device which we also used in our homes, and this is used to measure the weight of the substances. In this type of device, there is a spring which is attached to the hook, and when we hang any weight, then the position of the scale will change and marking will indicate the result of the object, means the weight of the object. After that, we will discuss the difference between the two terms, that is mass and the weight. Generally, we say that the mass and the weight are same, but no. Here, in terms of physics, mass and weight are two different terms. There is a difference in between them. Mass is the quantity of the matter which is possessed by the object. Which is possessed by the object. Mass is the quantity of the matter which is possessed by the object. And weight is the force due to which any object comes in contact to other object. Any object comes in contact to other object. That is, weight is the force, means F is equals to mg and it is also equals to W, weight. Okay? Another, mass is constant at any place, but weight, value of weight means force change when the position of the object change with respect to the earth. Okay. After that, mass is never zero, but weight can be zero. When value of G is 0 means at the center of the earth, then the force or also weight is equals to 0. After that, mass is a scalar quantity and force is a vector quantity. Scalar means it has only magnitude, but vector means it has magnitude as well as direction. It has magnitude as well as direction. For example, 5 Newton force is applied in east direction and 10 Newton force is applied in west direction. Then the resultant force is equals to 10 minus 5 because forces are in opposite direction. So 5 Newton, but in which direction? In west direction, because larger force is in the west direction. So 5 Newton in west. This is our answer. Okay? This is the basic difference. Also, the unit of mass in standard system is kg and weight is standard system is Newton. Newton is the SI unit. Okay, students? After that, now our this chapter is finished. Thank you.